Hello friends, welcome to day 2 of our super reading skill program, which is of 21 days. On the day 1, we learned a simple 2-minute technique to calculate your base reading speed in terms of the words per minute. So if you have not checked that video, and if you don't know your current base, your current reading speed, then please go back, check that, because we need that value. Because in the second day, on today, we are going to enhance that reading speed by up to 25, anywhere ranging from 25 to 75%. And your mind will be blown of how using a simple technique you can increase your reading speed by up to 25 up to 75%, starting with 25 to in the range of 25 to 75%. So once you have that, so let's move on the day 2. So day 2's theme is all about clearing the obstacles. So there are so many obstacles in terms of the mechanical approaches which you use to read any particular content, any book or any content that you want to read. And there are like mindset obstacles. So we'll be discussing about that. And I'll give you a simple, very simple technique, a simple tool which you can use to increase your reading speed. So let's get started, my friends. So currently, as we know, like average reading speed of a general person is anywhere in between like 200 to 250. My current base reading speed is 242 words per minute, and I've shown you in the previous video of how I calculated that and how you can calculate yourself your current reading speed. So this is the foundation for today's activity. So starting with that, let's try to increase our reading speed anywhere between 25 to 75% with the technique. So speed reading has basically two parts. What are they? Obviously, first is fast reading. We want to read fast, right? So that's why we are into the program. But second one is comprehension. What's the use, my friends, if you just keep on reading it faster and faster and faster without any comprehension, without any retention, right? So you have to comprehend what you are reading, you have to understand, you have to process that, and that's the fun, right? That's the use and fundamental purpose that we read something. We want to understand things, right? So that those are the basic two parts of reading. But this is super smart reading, right? So we want to target both. We also want to have faster speed, but we also want to have a equivalent or even better comprehension of whatever we are reading, right? So we want to go hand in hand with these two things, right? So moving on to the next one. But to achieve that, we have currently three obstacles. Like we generally face three obstacles, and what are they? First is lack of education. So if you are a slow reader or your speed is not that fast enough, it's not your fault. Let me tell you that, my friends. It's lack of education. When was the last time that someone taught you how to read? Maybe it was when you're like 5 to 7 years old, or maybe 8 years old, around that time, right? Has anyone taught you, or even have you tried to improve the technique or the method with which you read? No, right? But now you want to improve that, and that's why you're here, right? So that is the first obstacle. We have never tried to evolve ourselves in the skill of reading, in fast reading, in a better comprehension skills, right? So that's why we are here. The second obstacle is lack of focus. So when we are reading it slowly, our mind tends to get distracted. You might have seen, or maybe you might also be practicing that. You don't feel like sleepy, so that's why you pick up a book and you just try to read that, and then eventually you drift away into the sleep. But that's completely wrong way to read your books, right? So why is that? Because you're reading it slow, and that's why your mind is wandering. You're not at all focusing. Like you, or even if you're focusing, that attention span is very small, and you cannot comprehend it well. So what's the use of that reading, right? There is no use of reading in such a way. So lack of focus. So we want to improve our focus. That is the one thing that we are going to target in this program. And third is regression of backskipping. What is regression? So I know you must be doing that, because almost everyone does that. I do that. I confess, and I guess you might also be doing. What is regression? So you try to read something, and you come back again with to a previous or two sentences previous to that, to comprehend that particular paragraph or those lines in a better manner. You do that, right? Yeah. I confess I do that. So maybe you might also be doing. I'm just guessing. But if you're not doing, excellent. So what is the problem with that? So when you do that, you know that there is a like around 25 to 30% of your time is spent while reading. It's not that you do it just once for that particular paragraph. It has become your habit. So you do it multiple times in a single page itself. So if you can calculate, you spend almost 25 to 30% of your time rereading the same content that you already read, or you are just backtracking that, right? So we want to unlearn that. So once we just want to go boom, like we are reading boom, and we don't want to just backskip. So that is the problem, and we want to solve that. So what is the solution for that one? So this is a very simple solution, and that's called Visual Pacer. So what is Visual Pacer? So Visual Pacer is a tool you can use to move along with the progression of the line. So that Visual Pacer can be as simple as your finger, the most used and easily available all the time, 24/7, anywhere. Or that Visual Pacer can be a pen, it can be a pencil, or anything. So what is the use of the Visual Pacer? So I'll show you how to use that basically. So as I have shown you that I'm currently reading this particular book by Robin Sharma, The Leader Who Had No Title. So I'll explain to you how to use the Visual Pacer. So how to do that, you already know that, but I'm going to show it again. So what do you do that? So once you start reading, you just have to keep your finger like this and just hover it around. You just don't you need not stick it around here. So you just hover it around like, and just go along, just read along with the progression of a finger in the forward direction. Don't just backskip. Just go like this. So this is how it is done using a finger. So let me show you how it is done using a pen or anything. Like you have already done that. But let me show you. Say this is a pen that you're holding, and then what you want to do is you don't want to touch that pen, but just go like this. So the basic purpose is you have to go, you have to move something in the forward direction, and you have to read along with that. You just don't have to go back. So that's the basic purpose. So using this simple technique, let me tell you what happened to me in the next section. But why do we use this thing? So this is the technique with which you can increase your reading speed anywhere between 25 to 75%. So why is it really useful? Because eyes are attracted to movement. So this is a our biological thing. Whenever just say for example you are just looking at the looking at the camera, or you're just looking into the window, and if something moves around your house, or you suddenly move to that direction, like you move your head around that direction, because that's in our biology. Our eyes are attracted to the movement, right? And then because of this, we are more focused. Like we are focusing on the tip of that visual pacer. It might be a finger or it might be a pen. So we are focusing on that, and that enhances our focus to a large extent. And then the third one is like it's a neural setup. What is a neural setup? So let me tell you. So how many times has this happened to you? Like you smell something and you can feel the taste of that particular substance. Like any food item. Say for example pizza, right? Is your mouth watering, my friends? Mine is, because so if whenever I smell the pizza, my mouth starts watering, and I can feel, I can taste that pizza basically. So that's our biological wiring. Like these senses are interconnected, and in the same manner, our sense of sight and touch are connected. So how many times has it happened? Like you might have practiced visualization, right? So when you are believing, or you see something, and you can basically get the feel of that texture of that particular person or that thing, right? Like if something is soft in your, like if something looks soft, you can actually feel the softness, right? Even without touching that. So that's how. So say for example, even when you touch, say example, braille language, the people who use braille language, they cannot see, but they just touch it, and they can see in their sight instead of mind what that particular, what that particular alphabets mean, right? So that's how they come around the language, right? So this is the neural setup. When you use that visual pacer, your speed enhances gradually, right? So what is the activity for today? What is the activity for today? Let's look at that. So your action for today is read for 10 minutes as usual. That's what we are getting into the natural habit of. And then using a visual pacer, favor speed over comprehension. So please note this. At this point of time, you have to favor and prioritize speed over comprehension. Even if you are not able to comprehend much, even if you are able to comprehend maybe 25-30%, that's fine, my friends. Just prioritize speed at this point of time. As we progress into the program, I'll tell you exact steps and techniques of how to increase your comprehension. because by that time you would have already increased your speed. With that, enhancing your comprehension is not a big deal. You can enhance your comprehension easily. So so simple, read for 10 minutes using a visual pacer and prioritize speed or comprehension. So prioritize speed. And let me tell you the results of what I found, what results I personally got using this visual pacer. My mind was blown. I was so surprised, how this simple technique enhanced my speed. So as I told you in the previous video, that my basic current my reading speed is like 242 words per minute. Using this visual pacer, I was surprised. I could read 33 lines per 33 lines in 1 minute, whereas as compared to the 22 lines with the normal reading without using visual pacer. So if you calculate that by 11 words, that is my book. Your book might be different. So you can take the average of number of words in that particular line and how many lines you have read, multiply that, and that's how you arrive at words per minute calculation. So for me, it came down to 363. What was my previous base reading speed? 242 words per minute. What is my new? 363. So if you calculate that, that's exactly like around 50% increase in reading speed. So I had told you, right? You can expect to increase your reading speed anywhere between 25 to 75%. And coincidentally, my reading speed is the average of those numbers, and it's like 50% increase. What a mind blowing thing, right? Like what a wonderful thing. You using just a simple technique, I increased my reading speed by 50%. So this is the so you can expect to increase your reading speed by by the end of this course at least by 2 to 3%, my friends. So just follow along with me, and I'll teach you the steps to increase your reading speed. So in the end, I want to give you a few notes. So reading speed is not about the intelligence. So if you are feeling that if you are a slow reader, if you are not able to read faster, because you are not smart enough, you are not intelligent enough, my friends, leave that. It's not that. Because if you are a slow reader, it's because you have not been trained to be a fast reader. You have not been trained with the techniques to read it faster. So there are only two types of readers. One is a trained reader, one is an untrained reader. A trained reader reads faster, comprehends better. An untrained reader reads slower and comprehends not better, right? Like worse manner. No? So next is myth busting. You might be feeling that faster readers don't have better comprehension and better focus, but this is a very counterintuitive. When you want to read faster, you focus more, and that's how your comprehension improves. Do you understand my point? Yes. So next is human brain. This is a wonderful thing. When I learned this thing, I was mind blown again. Our current human brain has got like trillions of neurons inside, and our human brain can process information faster than the fastest supercomputers that are available as of now. Our human brain is really much faster than present day supercomputers. It's hard to believe, but this is the potential of our information processing in our brains. We have to unlock it step by step, and I am teaching you how to do that. Next is push yourself. It's not going to be easy, but push yourself, challenge yourself. Your best version is when you play at the edge, when you push yourself out of that comfort zone, push yourself into that uncomfortable zone, and that's where your real growth and real progress lies, my friends. So push yourself, and I'm here to pump you up. I'm here to push you. I'm here to motivate you. So let's get started. Let's get going, my friends. Next is, as I told, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. By the end of this program, your reading speed would have been increased, and you will be thanking yourself for taking up this challenge, because with that new reading speed, you can read a lot of new books, you can get more knowledge, and that will benefit in multiple areas of your life, be it financial, be it intellectual, be it career wise, or be it social wise. So that will increase, and so I'm in the conclusion, I'm really happy that I'm increasing my reading speed. With just a single technique, I could enhance my reading speed by 50%. So I'm really happy, my friends, and I guess you are also happy. But just practice what I'm saying. It's very simple. Action for today: read for 10 minutes using a visual pacer, and then calculate your new reading speed. And this time, prioritize reading over comprehension. Just focus on the faster reading. Okay. So that's it for day 2, my friends. So I hope to see you in the day 3 in the next video. So I'm really pumped up, I'm really excited, and hope you are as well. So thank you for listening to me until this end. Thank you.